I haven't discussed this before, but the one thing that I regret is that I never had a tracker on the original Nuda when it was stolen. And it's one thing that still haunts me. I never thought that it is necessary because I was always so careful. Wherever I parked, I always parked in secure locations. But one moment of elapsed judgment cost me the old Nuda. And I can't say I'm certain. Let's give it even 50%. If it had a tracker, I could have got it back. Because these thieves, what they do is when they steal a bike, they go and hide it somewhere to wait to see if it does have a tracker, and then they go back and get it. So when that was stolen, I decided to look into trackers. I first went into this type here. It's a cheap tracker that I found on Amazon. You configure it using sending it SMS messages, and I even managed to connect it to a siren, and it has a key fob that you arm it, disarm it. I found it very fiddly, and I couldn't really trust it. So then I went and had, on all my road bikes except for the Enduros, a professional tracker installed professionally by somebody who came to my house and installed them and connected them to the ignition system, and I do trust it. And it's fully monitored by people at a monitoring station. You control it using an app. I'm not going to discuss which type it is for security reasons. You control it using an app, and you can switch it off for servicing, for transportation, and so on and so forth. And a friend of mine who bought a 701, the Husqvarna SM, had his bike stolen in town, and they managed to recover it in Bristol, believe it or not. So it does have a proven track record. When I did the last video about the tracker telling me that the bike is down while I was riding it, I got contacted by Monimoto, and they said if I am interested in doing a video about their tracker. I said I don't usually do that, but because it is to do with security, why not? So their tracker, which you can see here, is a self-contained unit plus a key fob, and the batteries in the tracker, according to the manual, they last 2 years, and the key fob lasts a year. As long as the key fob sees the tracker, it is the tracker is in disarm mode and doesn't do any tracking. The minute that it loses connection with the key fob, then it goes into arm mode, and it sends. And if the bike is moved or disturbed, it calls you first on your mobile. And then it will send you the GPS locations. It will send it every 5 minutes. So it's not really a live tracking system. So don't think that you can live track it. It's every 5 minutes it sends the locations. It sends them as a push notification to your mobile. If it can't see data, then it will send an SMS. I did test it, and I'm going to do a live test now. It works. It's very easy to set up. You pair it with your mobile using Bluetooth. First time I tried to pair it, I couldn't. I had to switch off Bluetooth on my iPhone and then back on, and then it did pair. It's really easy to use. I've been using it on the 790, which is a godsend because I don't have to connect it to the electrics of the bike, and it gives me peace of mind. The 790, as most of you know, is on loan to me from KTM. I'll show you how it works in a second. Well, actually, we can do it now. Let me just move this stuff. Let's open the back seat. Oh shit, dropped the fob inside. I'll fish it out later. I had it hidden on the bike, but for this demonstration I'm just gonna put it here, and they give you a couple of cable ties as well with the package, and that's it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the bike right off. Actually, let's take the key fob and leave it here. I hope I remember where I left it, next to the plastic bottle. How much I hate plastic, man. So the key fob is there, so I can ride the bike and then we can demonstrate how it is going to track it. So now the key is there. We're going to drive off and see what happens. Let's see. That should be enough distance to break the range. Ooh, a lucky penny. Oh, there we go. Moto tracker is calling me. Call ended. And now it should send the push notification. There's a lucky penny. There's the notification, just came in. Saying alarm, events, alarm, Moto motion detected, and then it will send the map in a second. Let's check to see. I'm gonna keep this lucky penny. Let's see, there is the map, GPS coordinates available. The promenade, which is correct, and that's the turning over there, and we are off the road. That is spot on, actually, and I hope you can see it. I can't have a hand camera and talk and do all that stuff. Working well. Well, let's push it. I think that says it all. We don't need to do any more. I really like it because it's so simple. The app is very simple. Let me show you what the I'll go back and show you what the app does, maybe, before somebody nicks that fob. So now that it is next to the fob, it goes back into disarmed mode. So what the app does, I need to switch on Bluetooth first. I'll connect to the Moto device. So I go to settings, motorcycle or car, periodic check interval every day. It will send you that it is armed and ready. Motion sensitivity, I always have them on high. Keys, I think you can have 3 keys per GPS tracker, which is quite good. Showing that it's 48% the connection to it. So, in summary, don't do what I did. Get a GPS tracker, fit it to your bike, make it more difficult to these criminals, whether it's a money motor or whichever one you decide on. Just let us make it more difficult to these criminals. Let them think that every single bike out there has got a tracker. I think that is the best thing that we can aim for. Get this.